Here are the questions I get about infinitives, in order of their frequency. Can I split an infinitive? What is a split infinitive? What's an infinitive? Let's tackle these in reverse order. An infinitive is a non-finite form of a verb. I write, she walks, they sing are all limited in scope to specific persons, and so are finite. An infinitive does not have a person referent. It is usually the base form of a verb. In English, infinitives are usually preceded by the particle to. To walk, to write are infinitives, as is sing in he can sing. And it is this phrasal nature of the English infinitive that gets us into trouble. So a split infinitive, then, is when an adverb comes between the particle to and the verb. Perhaps the most famous split infinitive comes from Star Trek. To boldly go where no man has gone before. The boldly is splitting the infinitive of to go. Clearly, then, based on the Star Trek example, infinitives can be split in English. Just don't let any English teachers hear that. One of the most persistent myths in English is that splitting the infinitive is against the rules. But where did that idea come from? Well, in many languages, infinitives are one word. Latin and ancient Greek are two examples of that. Even Old English had one-word infinitives. And it is generally considered that the not splitting the English infinitive comes from a bad analogy with Latin. According to Jack Lynch in the Lexicographer's Dilemma, once the two-word infinitive enters English, the split infinitive comes and goes, and no one pays much attention to this construction until the 19th century. And then, the prohibitions against it grew and grew until, by the early 20th century, it was one of the most reprehensible of verbal crimes. Strunk and White's Elements of Style, the foremost writing style guide of the 20th century, acknowledges that there is a precedent dating back to the 14th century for splitting infinitives, but advises against it nonetheless, unless, quote, the writer wishes to place unusual stress on the adverb. My advice? Split infinitives, whenever you will. Sometimes it will sound fine, sometimes it won't, but English does allow it. Most importantly, though, don't be like Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts. If you don't get that reference, in 2009, when Chief Justice Roberts was administering the oath of office to Barack Obama, he edited it so that an infinitive was not split, because he's pedantic. Don't be pedantic. The line he edited is supposed to read, "Solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States." And Roberts said it as, "Solemnly swear that I will execute the office of the President of the United States faithfully." This unilateral change to the Constitution and the oath of office led people to wonder if the transfer of power was legitimate, and Roberts and Obama had to redo the oath later that day. Questions, comments, concerns, confusions? Leave them below. Thanks for letting me share a word with you.